Amanda, Jean, hello. Andy, Davo, Guppy, Pam, Ginger, BJ, Brian, Wacko, G-Bear. We already have one bottom dweller question. Get them ready. Going to give this a few minutes. Welcome everyone to the Monday night live stream. Andy says, happy Monday evening. All indeed happy Monday evening. We are in subscriber only mode, so if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and you'll be able to ask a question in just a mere 5 minutes. Also, friendly reminder, I'm not a veterinarian. I do not give veterinarian advice. Any advice I give is purely anecdotal. So don't blame me if you kill your fish on my advice. Just kidding. Just kidding. I do try to help. And as always, I, of course, forgot to get the link to Dan's fish out there. Where is Ginger when I need her? Let's see. Black paradise fish. Wow. Nice. I don't know who got the black paradise fish, but congratulations. Merrick, hello. Xanadudu, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Like I said, we're going to give this a few minutes for people to roll on in here. Pin. All right. And also, Jacob brings up an excellent point. Remember to hit the like button. Should be a fun stream, so I hope you stick around. Yo, 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 I'm Matthew Vargas. Good to see you again, my friend, as we just completed our other live stream. Bunny Viper, hello, hello. Ginger Graves, hello, Ginger. The wrong Ginger, but just as happy to see you. Oh, man. Chubby Guppy, hello. I hate the commercials always too before the show. What? Well, BJ, I hate them too, but unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about it as those commercials pay my bills. Hope you're having a great night, Kara. Thanks. I hope you are too. Black Paradise Gourami are nice. Yeah, I just saw them on dansfish.com. Still 17 in stock. Fish Tank Barn, I vote shell dwellers as my bottom dwelling fish. Is there a specific shell dweller though? Mike over at the Fish Tank Barn, you should check out his channel if you haven't. Got some cool stuff going on over there. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And shell dwellers as a bottom dwelling fish. Honestly, that never even came to mind. But definitely a bottom dwelling fish as they live in shells in the bottom of your aquarium, right? BJ says, I also didn't get the alert for the members only stream. Yes, remember, members, we are streaming an hour before this stream every Monday. The alerts suck. I apologize. I wish there was something I could do about that. But you know, I don't expect people to remember because honestly, I'll forget as soon as we end the stream so I don't expect anyone else to remember. Bottom dweller, I scored a dozen. Andy says, the bottom dweller, I scored a dozen wild-caught pygmy cories at a club auction yesterday with a colony. Will they colony breed if I kept them in a species-only tank? Yes. So you want like lots and lots of plants, or you want a lot of like spawning moths, but you want to sink them. You don't want to float them. Also having large gravel in certain, you don't want the whole tank to be large gravel, but you want gravel big enough to where like corridors can't get down and like suck up the little fry or eggs if they happen to fall off the glass. You can absolutely breed colony breed corridoras. However, you're not going to get like the highest like hatch rates or whatever you want to call it, because they will prey on the on them accidentally. They don't like hunt them out, but they will eat them. Pam S with the $25 super chat says 2x4 fund not to be spent on baby giraffes. Dang it. We said in the previous stream if I got $30,000 in super chats tonight that I would buy a pair of giraffes because I found a website that was selling a baby pair of giraffes for $30,000. So for anyone who doesn't get the reference, that's where that's from. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. Shauna, hello. 503 Aquatics. The YouTube alerts are a total joke. I agree. But we do have one question right off the bat here. And now I can no longer see it. But the question was, after bristlenose eggs hatch, how long does it take for them to digest their egg sacs? So there's a few different factors in that. The warmer your aquarium is, the faster they will eat that up. And that's true just about with anything. The warmer it is, the faster it'll go. But I would say on average about 5 days. And I'm on top chat. I need to switch that to live chat. About 5 days. If you have, for instance, I was breeding my bristlenose in like 68 degree water, so it would take them a little bit longer. If you were to take those eggs and put them in like 82 degree water, it'd probably be like 3 or 4 days. So just keep that in mind. On average, though, I'd say probably about 5 days. Ginger Grumble with the $5 super chat says baby giraffe fun. Mark that off. $29,995 to go until we have baby giraffes. All right. So we're talking about bottom dwellers today because I love dwelling in the bottom. No, I'm just kidding. Yikes. Bottom dwellers are obviously a very important part of your aquarium. My favorite, turn off top chat and turn on live chat. Thank you, Jacob. I just did. Thank you for the reminder there. And also, again, please hit that like button. Obviously, bottom dwellers are very important for your aquarium. My favorite, and they're not really like bottom dwellers, but they're considered bottom dwellers, is the Pandagara, right? If you guys don't know what the Pandagara is by now, you are in the wrong place. Or maybe you're in the right place because now you're going to learn about them. But Pandagara are simply amazing fish. And I would like to hear from anyone in chat who agrees with me, just so we can let people know just how awesome these fish really are. So, anyways, I got friends in low places. I got friends in low places where the whiskey something and the beer chases my blues away. Is that it? That's a song, right? Anyways, I'll just show them to you here right quick. Boom. Maybe I won't. Here you go. How can you not like this fish, for one? I know a lot of bottom dwellers, some of my best friends. Ginger says, I like my yo-yo loaches. Yo-yo loaches. Pandagara eat guppy fry. This is true. They're something that you're definitely going to want to keep fed. They're omnivore, right? So they're going to eat. They're good. Well, I'm not going to say they're good algae eaters, but they will eat algae. But being omnivore, they're going to eat meat too. So just keep that in mind. Ginger Grumble says Pandagara are so awesome, so active and cute and fun to watch. All right, I got it. Danikin says we love ours. Whiskey drowns. I'm not the biggest country music guy, so I can't remember all the lyrics, but I think I was pretty close. Drowns and beer chases my blues away. Holy smokes, it is the turtle girl, Pandagara. Yes. Panda what? Pandagara. And I think I even have a link for these. Maybe I don't. You can find them on Dan's Fish. Now, the price on Pandagara varies greatly. I've seen people pay as much as $20 for them. Well, I've seen people charge as much as $20, and I've seen people say that they bought them for $8. So that can be your range. I think it'd be pretty hard to find an $8 Pandagara in today's day and age. But yeah, Pandagaras, that's my go-to. Like I said, not a true bottom dweller because they'll go all over the aquarium, but they're definitely one of those fishes that will scrounge along the bottom for extra food. Big Tank Hank, I got friends in low places. Lacey says, I love Pandagara, especially in groups. They are amazing in groups. Become a part of the member community, a great group. Thank you, Carol, for the I was going to say something, but I won't. I'll just say thank you, Carol. I appreciate it. Bob, do you play the bass? No, there are 6 strings on both of these guitars. 6 strings. But I think, let's be real, like, anyone can play bass. Right? I mean, who can't play bass? This is playing bass right here. You play one note over and over and over. Who can't do that? Let's be real. Aquahuna 3 for $24. There you go. I got mine off Dan's Fish, and they are brilliant. I don't think I have a favorite. That's too hard, but Epistos are always my go-to, and I'll try to think of some others. So Epistos, I don't think we would. They're definitely like bottom. They're definitely bottom thirds, but they will hang out in the middle water column too. But definitely a good fish. Like if you have a schooling fish, tetras, rasboras, rainbow fish, Epistos are a great fish that are gonna stay mostly at the bottom. It is definitely hard to pick a favorite though. It is hard. Before I had Pandagaras, my favorite bottom dweller was probably like a stir-by Cory or Corridors in general. But once I got my large group of Pandagaras, it was like game over. Like that by far my favorite. They're such an awesome fish. Dwarf chain loaches is another really cool fish. The problem with dwarf chain loaches, though, I'll bring those up in case you guys don't know some of you don't know what they look like. Go to images here. So this is a pretty rad fish. I can't even lie. Let's go back here. Maybe. I don't know. It's not working now. It's not working now. Of course. Oh, because I did it in the wrong one. There we go. Here we go. Earth to Bob. Wrong window. Dwarf chain loach. When you see how these look, I think you'll automatically fall in love with them. But their personalities match their looks. Let's try this again. There we go. The dwarf chain loach. First of all, I'm a fan of anything that's like black and white, right? Zebra plecos, zebras in general, anything like that. I mean, my favorite Corridora is the CW111, which, has the zebra stripes. So right off the bat, black and white, I automatically love this fish. But the thing that's really great about this fish is that their personality matches their looks. These guys are super active. They're not aggressive. They only get about 2 inches. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. They love being in large groups, and these are kind of expensive fish. When we're talking like 2-inch fish, they're kind of expensive. We're talking, $13, $14, $15. Kind of the same price as Pandagara, but when you have to buy like 6, 8 or more, whereas you can buy like, you can buy like just like 2 or 3 Pandagaras, but when you have to buy a giant shoal of a fish, that adds up pretty quick. But yeah, dwarf chain loaches are really cool, and they're also good for smaller tanks. Like if you're one of the people that for some reason don't like snails, and you have a smaller tank, get yourself some dwarf chain loaches. A lot of people will say 3 is the minimum, but with a lot of schooling fish, I do love penguins, to be honest. There's nothing out there. There's nothing there, buddy. Hey. My favorite part of the zoo, Turtle Girl, is the penguin display. So there you go. Anyway, so I was talking about schooling fish, right? There's anyone who has like 3 of a fish versus someone who has like 30 of a fish, the difference is huge. It's a big difference in their behavior. So while a lot of people will say 3 is enough, and it is, let's be honest. I mean, they'll live just fine in a group of 3. You'll get way different behavior if you have like 6 or 8. Amazon is here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've got nothing going on the motion detector, so I don't know. Gatson says, I like my snails. Yeah, I mean, snails could be a bottom dweller, right? Problem is they are expensive. Yeah, I don't know that I've seen them under $15 lately. Worth the school, though? I don't think there's anything going on here. My favorite bottom dwellers are pygmy sunfish. I currently have some in my 5-gallon tank. There you go, with least killifish. I love myself a least killifish. Hey, there's nothing out there. Now you're getting everyone else riled up. So I'm going to go off topic here and for just a second and say, Turtle Girl, you are freaking amazing. For anyone who doesn't know, the Turtle Girl here, and I don't know if she wants me to say anything, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm sure she doesn't care. She wrote, produced, and directed her own movie. Like her own legit movie. And that to me is just crazy. How many people in here can say they wrote, produced, directed their own movie? I don't know. Hats off to you, Turtle Girl. I couldn't do it. Yeah. Just, I think it's really awesome. So a little tangent there for you. Good job. Great job. Will Panagar eating guppy fry be enough to destroy the colony? Well, it really depends, right? Like, do you have 6 adult guppies that are pumping out babies, or do you have 20 or 30? I would think generally not. It also depends on what is your hardscape like. Do you have lots of plants in there? Obviously, the more plants you have, the more fry are going to survive. Dennis says, I never buy in less than a group of 6 for any fish. That's my general rule of thumb too. 6 to 8. That's how I buy my rainbow fish. Even my apistos I buy like that. There's definitely been fish where I've made mistakes, like when I bought my elephant nose fish. That was one of those impulse purchases where there was just one at the store, and I was like, oh, this is the coolest fish ever. I'm going to buy it. And then I made a video about it, and everyone was like, whoa, dude, that needs to be in a school. So I was like, oh, okay. So I found someone that had some, and I gave them away. But one day I will have a school of elephant fish because I think they are awesome. I haven't had them for a while, but Steenfott gobies haven't even seen any in a while. I think gobies get overlooked a lot in general. And I think it's because a lot of people, when they think bottom dwelling fish, they think like plecos and cories or cleanup fish. But really, there's a lot more than that. Turtle Girl got talent. I agree. Going to be switching my Flex 15 to new substrate. What's the best way to do it without crashing the system? Leo 209 Aquatics. Honestly, most of your beneficial bacteria is going to be in the substrate. So if you're taking that out, it's probably going to crash anyways. I mean, if you think about it, usually the substrate is the thing in our aquarium that's going to have by far the most surface area. Now, it also depends. Like, you know, obviously you have your filter going in the back. You want to keep that wet. Do you have one fish in there? Do you have 50 fish in there? You know, the bioload is going to kind of depend, or you're going to kind of dictate how fast you're going to lose that. But it's safe to say that most of our beneficial bacteria is in the substrate. So I would keep your filter, just try to keep that submerged in water. And if you're really worried about it, you could do like an air stone in there, because the bacteria does consume a lot of oxygen. And so, yeah, if you can get like a air stone in there, if you're really worried about it. But honestly, if you're doing like a quick changeover, I mean, you know, under an hour, you probably don't have to worry about it. You just make sure that your filter stays submerged in water. Turtle Girl linking her movie trailer there. It's religious based, made for my church, but feel free to let me know your thoughts. Yep. I just think it's crazy, like, to pull that off. I mean, not a lot of people can say they actually made a movie. Some people suggest removing the substrate in small sections or half at a time to help avoid crashing. The other thing you could do, if it is, if you have other tanks, then just take your filter media out of one of the other tanks when you get the new substrate in, and you shouldn't have any problems. I've swapped out substrate and really never had an issue. But I've always taken like a sponge filter out of another tank and moved it into the newly set up tank, if that makes sense. And thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. I hope that was somewhat helpful for you. AJ says, put old substrate in a mesh bag on top of new substrate for a little while. Yeah, just know that your beneficial bacteria is going to die really fast out of water. So yeah, just really work on keeping your filter media submerged in water. I doubt it would really be a problem. Also, your hardscape, if you're putting your hardscape back in, take a 5-gallon bucket of water, empty your tank water into that, put all your hardscape into that bucket, and it'll help that beneficial bacteria stay alive as well, because everything in your aquarium has beneficial bacteria on it. Connor says, my Steenfott Goby is my favorite bottom dweller. He dug out a hole under a rock, and that is his home. He started to do it in other places. He also has to check out everything I touch. Yeah, gobies are just really super inquisitive fish, and they don't get enough love. I don't know if people just think that they're harder to keep than they really are, but they're really not. I mean, there's definitely some species. I'm not saying that every beginner should just run out and buy gobies, but if you've been keeping fish for a while, you could probably handle yourself some gobies. And they're even the algae eating goby, which is probably the most basic, easy to keep goby. It's not too flashy, but it has some color on it. They're just fun the way they just hop around. They just hop around. Bunny Viper says, keep your filter media in water with air or it dies. Exactly. Ginger Grandma with the $5 super chat says, please hit the like button. Aquahuna sells most of their fish at 6 packs. Great to me, and a discount with Aquarium Co-op. David, I don't know how I just butchered that whole sentence, but yep, I agree. When I was selling fish, I only sold them in groups. I would get lots of emails, and I'd just say, sorry. I mean, I can't tell you how many emails I got where they're like, hey, I just want one male. No. From a business standpoint, it doesn't make sense, and from a hobbyist standpoint, it just doesn't make sense. Danikin says, hi, Bunny Viper. I got your stickers today. The envelope was so amazing. I almost did not want to open it. Thanks so much. And K-Stew, definitely, some gobies are spendy. What's the most you spent on one? I have a trio of blue Steenfott. The most I spent on gobies were my orange fin gobies, and I don't know how much they were because it's been too long now. But I know those are the most expensive gobies I owned. But again, I buy them wholesale, but they're still the most expensive ones. But I think a lot of people equate price of fish with difficulty of fish, like zebra plecos at $200-300. They're not hard to keep at all. At all. Now, like $200-300 for a Mabu pleco, yeah, that's probably a little bit more advanced. But price doesn't always dictate how hard or what the difficulty level of keeping the fish is going to be. So when I take out my filter media to clean it, it dies to the air. So it depends on, I don't know how you're cleaning it, but if you let it dry out, yes, then all your bacteria is going to die. But if it stays, it's not like air automatically kills it. Obviously, I mean, it needs oxygen to live. But yeah, you generally want to keep it submerged underwater. Shrimp are the safest in a shrimp tank. Even nanofish can prey on baby shrimp. That is true. Uh-oh, now I'm getting notifications. Now my motion detector is going off. Motion detected in the South 40 lot. Nice Mabu pleco. Yep, Mabu pleco. Do gobies need to be in groups? So gobies are a little different in that they're not schooling fish, but they are social fish. So yes, I would highly recommend keeping a few of them. Buying one goby, I would not just recommend. I have no idea what that word is. Sicyotyrus. Butcher that word. Are a bigger type of goby. They are super rare and underrated. Very interesting to look at, especially in a group. Camden says I like Pictus catfish. I love Pictus catfish, but I will never own them. Well, I can't say never. If I had unlimited space, I would absolutely have a tank with a giant school of Pictus catfish. But they are way too spastic for my normal community aquariums. It just doesn't work out. Bobby, would a 20-gallon long with guppies and panagoras be overstocking to add a bristlenose? You're getting pretty maxed out there. So, one, obviously bristlenose, plecos in general are going to be poop machines. So really, could you put them all in one tank? Yes, just be aware of the maintenance that you're going to have to do on that tank. Brian says, I had a freshwater flounder, one of my favorites. Then I dropped a pruning scissors into the tank. Uh-oh, we stabbed the flounder through the soil. This is why I don't like a lot of species of catfish that burrow. There's some species that burrow. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I mess with my plants way too much, and I'm always paranoid. Always paranoid. Zen Ginger, hey, there she is. I'm talking about you earlier. I always assume price dictates how hard to breed or catch in the wild, supply and demand. Yeah, that's a better way to look at it. What's this now? What is this? Okay, that was a good discussion. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. BJ Palmer says the trailer looks amazing. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, would Panagara be better than bristlenose? Well, it depends on what you want out of your fish. Bristlenose are going to be way better at cleaning. I mean, in my opinion, there is no better algae eater than bristlenose plecos. So if your goal was, do I want bristlenose or Panagara for my algae? Bristlenose by far. That being said, if this is a fish just for your enjoyment, Panagaras are going to be way more enjoyable to watch. I mean, they're just buffoons, man. It's hard to explain. They're just all over the place. They never stop. They're super active. You can't not love Pandagaras. I really enjoy my orange zebra autos. Hypoptopoma species Peru. They have a mini pleco vibe, as with all autos. Technically they're in the Plecostomus. Oh my gosh, family? No. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. They're in that same category, which is totally not scientific at all, but hopefully you know what I mean. But yes, usually when people say, what's the smallest pleco, people say autos. My best algae eater, silver flying fox. They even ate blackbeard. So flying fox, this is a fish that hardly ever gets brought up, like ever. And I love them. They are so fun. I haven't had one in probably 5 years at least, but you just don't see them very often. Alice says, I have a baby peacock eel I'm raising up, and he's awesome. Oh, eels as bottom dwellers. I never would have thought of that. That's a good suggestion. I like it. I don't know if that's what you're suggesting, but I'm going with it. I like it. I had a yo-yo loach that was pretty cool. I love yo-yo loaches. Their patterns, their behavior, they're just real goofballs. But will Panagara eat all the baby guppies? I would not be afraid to try I would not be afraid to try it. All right. So if I had a guppy tank and I wanted Panagaras, I would try it out. I would have a backup plan, but I would definitely try it out. I wouldn't be afraid to try it. I think it would be all right. But again, it's there's so many variations. There's so many different things that could go wrong or right. Like if you have no plants, it's probably not going to be pretty. Autos are fun, but they're dumb and make easy turtle snacks. That's true. That's true. I don't know. I don't know that I would call them dumb. I mean, they definitely act like they have zero predators, right? I had a yo-yo loach and loved the clicking sound. I'll never forget the first time I saw a clown loach and it was laying on its side. And I went to the I was at a pet store, and I'm like, your loach is dead. And she was like, no, it's just sleeping. I'm like, it's dead. This was probably towards the beginning of my fish keeping career. Okay, so I didn't know any better. She's like, no, that's how loaches sleep. I'm like, fish don't sleep. What are you, stupid? But obviously, it was just sleeping, and I think it's funny that there's a few species of loaches that'll do that. They just tip over and fall asleep. Cracks me up. Any single bottom dwellers for a 16-gallon flex? If you like plecos, I would look for like a Clara pleco. It's like a mini bushy nose plecos. They get about 3 inches, and they're pretty cool. You could do like a Medusa pleco as well. They're going to be fatter, but again, they're only around like 3.5 inches. Or if you want like a school of small fish, then any of the dwarf Corydoras, the Hastatus, Habrosus, Pygmaeus Corydoras, you could do like 10 of them in there. I need some tiger autos. Yep, I'm really enjoying the all the new species of autos that have been entering the hobby the last couple years. Luigi is better. Anyone ever keep Hillstream catfish? They're very hard to get a hold of. Check them out if you don't know. Now, are we just talking about Hillstream loaches, or is there an actual Hillstream catfish? Yeah, I think the only thing that comes up when I search is the Hillstream loach. So they're pretty common around these parts. Our royal pleco and honeycomb catfish sleep. Oh man, plecos, yeah, when they're sleeping on their back, and they're just like laying on their back. They're not grazing on anything. They're just laying on their back. Freaking plecos. I still love clown plecos, but they're better at cleaning up food than algae. Well, I love clown plecos, and honestly, as a kid, that was one of the fish that I always had to have was a clown pleco, which is terrible because I have like a 29-gallon tank, and they get like 19 feet long. Same with the bala shark. I always had to have a bala shark. I always had to have a clown loach. I had one angel. I was that guy. Like, I was that kid. I'll have one of those, one of those, one of those, all in my little tank. Jacob Hill says, Bob, do you like Eco Complete? Yes, I am a fan of Eco Complete. Carol Cox coming in with rainbow darters. We don't get darters very often brought up in this chat, but definitely I would love to be able to get some in my outdoor tubs. And or like the green darter. I don't know if that's like the regular name, but I mean, I'd be happy with just about any darter. If there's someone out there that's collecting darters and wants to ship me some, I wouldn't say no. But yeah, I want an outdoor tub with rainbow darters and rainbow shiners. I want to do that. I have a 300-gallon tub out there. It's 6 feet by 4 feet, and I want darters and shiners, both rainbow. But I can't find anyone that will ship me darters. Clown pleco, not loach. They are tiny. Oh yeah, clown pleco. Clown pleco. Clown pleco. Clown pleco. Yes, clown plecos are probably one of the hardiest plecos out there in my opinion. They live forever and they're super hardy. Leo29 Aquatics says, got 3 fish in right now, going to be adding a betta. Then yeah. Yeah, I would go with I'd probably go with Clara Pleco. Melody says, where is the best place to purchase bettas? Well, I'd probably have to send you over to keepfishingkeepingfish.com. Keeping fish. Let me pull up the actual website because keepfishingfish.com. Nope. Can I just go to KG Tropicals? I mean, that's so much easier. Nope, can't go to KG Tropicals either. Keepfishkeeping.com. All right, I can send you over here for betas. KeepFishKeeping.com. This is John and Lisa of KDTropicals.com. They have a YouTube channel if you don't know who they are, so you can actually see who they are and what they're about. And I would absolutely recommend them. Great people. Brian Glenn with the $5 super chat says, Happy Monday, Bob. Thank you as always. Gotta run. Thank you, Brian. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to collect darters locally this summer. Well, you should send me some. I might have an address by this summer. Aqua Ball says, I got better fish, wild ones right now, and some koi. Chris, how you doing, buddy? Bob, do you cap the Eco Complete or mix it with any other substrate? PA Fish Keeper, it depends on how much money I have in my bank account at the time of buying Eco Complete. If I can afford enough Eco Complete to do the entire tank, then I will do the entire tank in Eco Complete. If I'm not poor. If I'm poor, then I'll buy like one bag of Eco Complete and just like one bag of regular gravel and mix it up. Get 10% off your first purchase. There you go. Keepfish.com. Wow, there must be hella lag on the stream. You posted that a solid minute before you found it on the screen. I don't know. The delays, I don't know. I don't know. I got 14 beta coming tomorrow. I will post the videos. Nice. Do hillstream loaches really need high flow like people say? No. Not at all. What they do need, though, is lots of oxygen. If you don't have... So the reason people say they need high flow is that generally high flow means higher oxygen levels. So if you don't have a lot of flow, you can just put in an air stone, and it's just fine. Now, they don't like warmer temperatures. They would do just fine in like an unheated aquarium at room temperature, so like low to mid 70s. They can go warmer-ish, but I wouldn't recommend keeping them over 80. Ginger Grumble with a $10 super chat, 170-ish watching, and 80 likes. Please hit the like. Also, more giraffe money. All right, $29,985 to go. Thinking of adding a school of pygmy chorus to my 10-gallon betta tank. Think it'll work. He's a male placat. So Rocky and Miles, will that work? Unfortunately, there's only one way to know. If you've never kept any other fish with that betta, then there's no way to know. If you have and he's been aggressive towards other fish, then obviously not a good idea. But it's really, really dependent on the betta. I don't find bettas to be nearly as aggressive towards other fish as the internet says they are. That being said, it's still a gamble. So have a backup plan. Wendy says, I agree. Darters are so cool. I have 8 beautiful little fish with similar behavior. Hummingbird tetras. Ooh, that makes me jelly. They are so fun to watch. Tiny, not afraid of sparkling gouramis. I keep them with. I need to get some hummingbird tetras one of these days. I'm telling you. That's a fish that everyone should own at least once in their life. By hillstream catfish, I mean glyphtothorax. All right, let me Google that. Let me duck go that here. Okay, this is a funky looking little fish. I don't know that I've ever seen these anywhere. I mean, there's pictures of them in aquariums, so clearly some people have kept them. But nope, I have zero experience with those. Leo 209 Aquatics, is it worth it to sandcap plant substrate? I don't know why you would. Unless you, it's just personal preference, really. Like, people sandcap dirt just so your tank doesn't get dirty. But sandcapping Eco Complete, I don't know. If you like sand better, do it. If you have Corridoras and you're worried about them, you're worried about their barbells, you can do it. But it's definitely not needed. I don't think it adds any benefit for the plants at all. Do blackworms count as bottom dwellers? I mean, if we're not talking about fish, sure. If we're talking about any organism ever, then yes, they are definitely bottom dwellers. Luigi is better, says pygmy cories are great schoolers. They'll school with my rosy loaches. Rosy loaches. There's another loach that does not get talked about enough. I really miss my rosy loaches. I used to have a ton of them in my 125 gallon tank, but that tank is no longer around. Sad day. Lacey the Dragon is silent. Says, what corridors could I breed in an unheated 40-gallon breeder with white clouds? So your white clouds are going to eat the eggs. They're gonna eat corridor eggs for sure. And the problem is your corridoras are most likely going to spawn on the glass. So you'd probably have to actively look at the glass, and if you see eggs, take like a razor and scrape them off, and then you're gonna have somewhere for the eggs to go, to where they won't get eaten by the white cloud. So again, like large chunks of gravel that the eggs can fall into the cracks, or spawning mops, things like that. It certainly could be done, but I think it's going to be kind of a challenge. I like to look at fluorite sand, not the black one, but the natural brown color. Have you ever used it? Yes, fluorite sand is by far it's awful. I would never buy it again. Never. Maybe they've changed, but this is the sand I was talking about a while ago that is like the dirtiest substrate I've ever used in my life. Like you can wash that stuff for like days and it's still dirty. But I do like liquid. Like the Eco Complete, there's actually, if you didn't know, there's two versions of Eco Complete. There's the regular like black Eco Complete, and then there's like the red clay looking Eco Complete. And the red, that's my favorite. It's way harder to find though. Bob, would you consider the carnivore puffers you kept as bottom dwellers? So any ambush puffer is definitely going to be a bottom dweller. And all puffers are carnivores, but I think what you're asking is like the ambush ones, and yeah, definitely bottom dwellers. Although if they're hungry enough, they're gonna go to the surface and eat all your fish up there. So most of the times though, they just have to wait till night when all the fish get a little more relaxed. They kind of go towards the bottom to sleep, and that's when they get eaten. East Coast equals no rosy loaches. They definitely seem to be like seasonal. So not a fish that you can get, like you just can't walk out and buy one, like a neon tetra. I just pulled a spawn slate with eggs from Angel. She is pissed. Normal. Yeah, you just took her babies. She's gonna be angry. Absolutely. Pretty normal. She'll get over it. She'll spawn again, and you'll steal those eggs too. It's the circle of life. Curtis says hard pass on fluorite. I 100% agree. Ugh. Amanda says, I've also had bettas that were destroyers of anything that moved. Yep, you definitely take that chance. It's kind of the way it goes with bettas. Zen Ginger says, so do Shelleys count as bottom dwellers? I feel like a lot of them can be in community tanks, not ocellatus, but others, of course. Community, it depends. Like I would put them in community African cichlid tanks. I've done that obviously lots of times, if you've seen on the channel. Would I put them in like a community planet tank with tetras and rasboras and corridoras? No, they're definitely bottom dwellers though. But if they're spawning, they can be very aggressive. Even multis, even similis when they're spawning and guarding their territory. I've mentioned it before, but if you haven't seen that documentary about Lake Tanganyika, you'll see a little shell dweller attacking a crocodile, for crying out loud. So, they're not scared. They're not scared. No fear, Daddy's here. All right, Chris. Jobs Aquarium Tanks with a $4.20 super chat. How's it going, my friend? Been a while. I hope you're doing well. Bob, what's a bottom dweller every fish keeper needs to keep? Well, I'd go back to Panagaras, or I would go for smaller tanks like dwarf corridoras. Dwarf corridoras in a large tank. When I had like 100 corridoras in the 125 gallon tank, that was probably one of the funnest tanks I've ever had. It was just, they're so awesome. And I don't know, it's hard. I don't even know how to explain it. having hundreds of dwarf corridors schooling around is just really cool. Oh, okay. I will always keep a betta in my community tanks, no problems, as long as it's the only betta. Doesn't matter if it's male or female. What's my smallest tank right now? Is 20 long. So I have a 20 long with a breeding group of Blaherite rainbow fish. I have another 20 long with a tiger salamander. I have a couple 20 talls with some my bumblebee gobies are in a 20 tall. What else do I got? I got another group of rainbows in a 20 tall, and then it goes to, I got a couple 40 breeders, and then my two 125s. How many tanks? How many fish tanks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 9 tanks set up. Only 9. Bristlenose, clown pleco, and algae eater autosynclus. Good cleanup. I wouldn't consider a clown pleco a cleanup. That's definitely a good group of fish, and all those fish will work together. But a clown pleco, it's going to be one of those plecos that really wants to have some wood in its diet, so you want some driftwood in there. I keep almost exclusively bottom dwellers. The main exception is knife fish and discus. Right on. Jan, some can. Ooh, I missed something. Oh, wait, do different species of certain fish, such as cories, interbreed? Yes. Yep. It's not like all of them will interbreed, but yes, definitely it does happen. What's your smallest tank? I just got that one. Bob, which cories do well in cooler water? I don't need to know how to breed them, just which ones will do. Oh, peppered corridors. I've had peppered corridors down to like 50 degrees. Curtis says I'm only 2 tanks behind you. The final form of my fish room should have even less tanks, but more water volume. Tesla Killdozer with a $7.45 super chat. Fluorite sucks. Bob, my parakeets are very chatty tonight, especially while your live is playing. They must like your voice or they hate it. They must like or hate my voice. I hate it. Yeah. I have a stingray, and I'm getting another one tomorrow. Super excited. Well, I guess it doesn't get much more bottom dweller than stingrays. Stingrays are a fish I'll probably never own. And it's not because I don't like them, because I'll never have a tank big enough for them. Unfortunately. Rocky Miles says I have a friend who kept a white skirt and red eye tetras with a betta. It worked until it didn't. The white skirt became the bully. Really? I would think that red eyes are a pretty stout tetra, and I'm surprised that they would get bullied. How many algae eater autosynclus would you put in a 29 gallon? Well, seeing that I love them, depending on the other fish load, I would put as many as I could. I would probably start with 6 and then start adding some. I love autosynclus in a large group. 3 months. Woot woot. Congratulations. I have a stingray and I'm getting. Oh, I already got that one. Bob, I want to get my first guppy tank soon. Would you recommend getting a strain or mixed? I mean, that's all personal preference. I always go back and forth, and whether it's guppies or rainbow fish, whether I do like species only of rainbow fish or a variety of rainbow fish, or same with guppies, do I do like pure strain, do I do mix? I always go back and forth. It's really just whatever you prefer. That's all. I either way. We have 15 tanks in a rental home, about 400 gallons. Ooh, do they know that you have that many fish tanks? Hmm? In my experience, skirt tetras are really nippy, like a tiger barb, but I love them anyways. Matt says, okay, maybe no fluorite. Any good brown sand substrate recommendations? It's hard to find the lapis luster sand. Have you gone to like any like local landscaping shops in your area? This is where I usually get my substrate, to be honest. We have so many different landscaping companies around here that have like all kinds of different gravels and sands. That's where I would try to look around and see if you have anything like that. Rocky Miles has been trying to send a super sticker, but it's not working. Perhaps it's the thought that counts. Absolutely. That reminds me. What was I watching? I was watching an episode of. Oh gosh. Oh man, why am I drawing a blank? It's like one of my favorite TV shows. Gosh. Boy, I am just brain dead. Brain dead. Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek. I was just watching an episode of that while I was eating my lunch today. And the mom brought the daughter some coffee. And it was empty. And she's like, this is just an, she's like, I bought you some coffee. And she's like, this is just an empty cup. And she's like, it's the thought that counts. I don't know why that cracked me up so much. That reminds me of your comment. Mutt guppies almost always have stronger genetics, but if you're looking to stabilize a strain to sell, you're going to end up inbreeding them anyway. In my experience, if you're looking to sell, mutt guppies always sell better than pure strain. I mean, if we're talking about the general public that doesn't know like about pure strains and like, you're going to sell a lot more $5 mutt guppies than a pair of $30 pure strains. I have to look around, haven't looked at landscaping type places yet. Yeah, I mean, landscaping places, it's so cheap. You know, they sell it by bulk, so it's way cheaper than anything you're going to find at a fish store. Or pet store, I should say, in general. Fishy Mailman says, Bolivian rams, or we really haven't talked about cribs yet either. That's also true. Bolivian rams, one of my favorite all-time fish. And I need to find a tank for him sooner than later. Curtis says, oh, I watch Schitt's Creek every day at lunch. It's so good. It's such a good show. Lacey the Dragon is silent with a $5 sticker. Thank you, Lacey. I appreciate it. Says, you're number one. Well, I'm glad I'm number one in someone's book. Freshwater, I'm agreeing with you. Okay. Jacob L says, I search up the blue Moscows. Any Moscow guppies are going to be awesome. The black Moscow, red, there's blue, red, green, black, and maybe purple. Audra says, I love Bolivian rams. Yeah, they're so underrated. Super underrated, in my opinion. Will banjo catfish try to eat pygmy cories and other smaller fish? It's possible. It's possible. I don't know that they would go after, like, even a full-grown cory, pygmy cory would be a lot for a banjo catfish to take on. But definitely, if they can get it in their mouth, they're going to go for it. Will Bolivian rams live safely in a 10-gallon tank with 10 Panagara in a Stardust Pleco? No, Bolivian rams are way too big for a 10-gallon tank. Bolivian rams, yeah, they get big. Not like, I mean, they only get like 3.5, 4 inches, but yeah, a pair, like even one in a 10-gallon. I'm sure there's people doing it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Schitt's Creek just started over on cable, and I'm sucked in for, like, they got new episodes, or like the series. I think. Oh no, there can't be new episodes. It's funny show. Yeah, it is. Hey Paul, what's going on, buddy? Bob, my Rohana barb have ate all my plants. Yep. Except my crinum. I think I could do an all crinum tank, or would the other plants, or would there be other plants they wouldn't eat? I'd be surprised if they ate Anubias. They're probably not going after your crenums because they're a little thicker. But yeah, I would think Anubias would be safe. Possibly like sword plants, but I think they're gonna try to eat anything. I wouldn't trust ghost banjos. It'd be difficult for them to eat. I had them, but they have massive digestive issues. I've had them eat whole nerite snails. Can you tell us about the guitars? One's an Ibanez and one's a Jackson. A Jackson Dinky. It's a Dinky. Bob, I think you missed a few super chat super stickers. What? I don't see any I missed. That doesn't sound like me. I don't think so. No, started over from the beginning. Okay, beginning of the series. I wish there was some new stuff, but they have discussed a few specials. Very exciting. I won't do that to anything less than 75. Yeah, Bolivian Rams. Bolivian Rams are more like 55-gallon territory. 40-gallon. If you're a must. If you only got 40 gallons and you just have to have a pair, 40 gallons will do it. But they're an active cichlid that loves to swim around. So if you can give them 4 feet of swimming space, that would be much better. What's my favorite catfish? Probably stir-by Corydora. I believe my Waru ate a few San Juan Cories. I moved the rest. That wouldn't surprise me. Like, they could definitely swallow a full-grown Waru. Yeah, they could eat Cories. Probably not very comfortable for them with the barbells. You would think they would learn their lesson after trying to eat a few of them, but I could see them going after them. BJ Palmer says, I've wanted to watch that before. Guess it's time. You will not be disappointed. Well, I'm sure some people don't like that show, but if you have a sense of humor, it's just a really good show. The whole dynamic of how they change over the years, it's really well written. Zen Ginger says the same thing. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. Fins and filters. What's up? Hey, yeah, freshwater. It's basically saying the exact same thing I did, except with different types of fish. Yeah, if you've ever tried to get a Corydora out of a net, imagine the Corydora going down your throat. Like, just does not sound like a good time to me. 2 red tail cats in a 350 gallon. Interesting. I have some fat stir-bys that I filmed in macro. Such amazing patterns. Stir-bys are realistically my favorite Corydora ever. I say realistically because I'll never be able to get CW111s. Have I ever kept Galaxy Autos? I have not. I've actually never even heard of Galaxy Autos. Corydora stir-by are brilliant. My first catfish. Yeah, they're always going to be my all-time favorite Corydora. It's okay. It's his sister. Come on, Johnny. That's oh my gosh. What show are we discussing? Schitt's Creek. Bob, if you buy me a pair of Congo spotted puffers, I'll attempt to breed them and I'll give you the fry. No deal. No deal. No deal. No deal. That sounds like a terrible investment. Not that I'm questioning your ability as a fish keeper, but I kind of am. I'm going to upgrade to an indoor pond eventually with my red tail cats. That sounds pretty awesome. Thanks. I saw someone posted Schitt's Creek in on. Whoa, easy. It's SCHITTS. Okay, let's not swear here. Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek. Someone's gonna have to replay this and see if the auto-generated closed captions what it says when I say Schitt's Creek. Although it does do closed caption in real time, I think now. Schitt's Creek. Woot! My stir-bys are my favorite. I had no idea how big they got. A lot of people underestimate their size. When I put them in my 130, but I'm glad I picked a big tank. They're like 3 friggin' inches. Yes. And so that's one of the reasons I love them. I also love their patterns. I love the yellowish, orangish color on their fins. But I also like that they can go in just about any aquarium setup you could ever set up. They can go in Lake Tinganican water. They can go in low pH water. They don't care. I'd consider that a deal if it was Dean. Well, even Dean. See, this is why I say no, because Dean couldn't get him past like 10 days old. I don't think. Unless something's changed. I haven't been to his place in a while, so maybe something's changed. But last time I talked to him, he got them up to like 10 days or 2 weeks old. Or something like that. Like 5 days. I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn, but... Sorry about that. Explains why I didn't understand. I think corridors in general are getting weaker in the trade with farming, but when I got my first corridor stir-by, they were a good size. Auto caption gives the incorrect spelling of Schitt's Creek. There you go. I have an empty 10-gallon tank. Tell me how to set it up and what fish? I want a Bob Steenfott tank with a centerpiece fish named Bob, obviously. Well, Nicodemus, the first thing I would do is take that 10-gallon and I would throw it out the window, and then I'd go get myself a 40-gallon breeder, and then I'd get... No, I'm just kidding. If I had a 10-gallon tank, one, I would get probably Eco-Complete because it would only take one bag, so it's, fairly inexpensive, even though that one bag is more expensive than the tank. But regardless, I'd get some Eco-Complete, probably a couple nice pieces of driftwood. I don't think I put any rocks in it. And I'd get some Anubias. I'd probably get some like dwarf chainsword. And then I would get myself some Pseudomagills and then a group of Habrosus corridoras. I wouldn't have a centerpiece fish because I'm not a centerpiece fish guy. But honestly, if there had to be a centerfish piece, it would be a betta fish. But that's just not my style. I would go with Pseudomagills and dwarf corridoras. Here's a better deal. Buy me one puffer and I'll become a member. No deal. Here's a deal. If you become a member, after 5 years, I will send you a puffer fish. How about that? 100% cuss word creek. Yes, still no deal. No deal. No deal. I recently set up a Planet 13-gallon nano tank with 25 neon tetras. It's amazing. I think that tank's gonna get pretty packed. once they grow up, it's gonna be pretty packed. Panda loaches are super expensive, but they are so worth it. They like to take on my Pandagaras for rock space. Interesting. I like panda loaches, but I hate that they lose the colors when they're adults. That's the only reason I don't get them. A center fish piece. Yes. Yesterday, you learned your archers will hit 6 inches. Some get 10 to 12. Failure on my part for sure. Glad they're headed to a 180. Just wait till your archer fish learn that you're the bringer of food. And even when it's not feeding time, they'll start spitting at you to say, feed me. Just wait till that happens, because they will learn. And they will spit at you when they figure it out. It's pretty funny. Watch out, Bob. You're gonna owe Jamie a puffer next year. Well, I didn't have that deal with Jamie. See, the deal with Jamie was that he could be the director of the channel. So he's the director. That's the deal I made with him. How long have I been a member, Bob? I might be close to getting a puffer. Does it say? obviously over 2 years because you have my dog, but recommendations for building a stand for 210s. I mean, I would build it out of like 2x3s, but I love wood stands, so I would build it out of 2x3s. I used to thought it said how long. Shoot, fish tank barns at 40 months. That's crazy. Recommendation for building. Oh, I already got that one. Yeah, I just that's all I got. I mean, I would just build it out of wood. Congrats on 57,000. My other channel just hit 56,000 this week. Nice. I don't even look at my subs anymore, to be honest. I didn't even know I was at 57,000. Did I? Oh, I did pass 57. Look at that. Well, all right. Now I gotta look. 57,267. It's a milestone. 57. That's an important milestone, right? Bob, I got 16 Aspidora Taurus at our club auction for $44 a steel. I've never even heard of that Aspidora, Mike. I'm super jealous. I mean, 16 of any Aspidora for $44 is a steal. Huh. It sounds like I need to be visiting your club auctions. Oh, yeah, I gotta look this one up. The only thing that comes up is a vacuum cleaner. That can't be right. DuckDuckGo has no idea what that is. Okay, here's one. That's so funny that it's a vac, and that's like a it's a wet dry vac or something. That's funny. Oh, here we go. Seriously, fish. This'll get me there. Ooh, that's an interesting little corridor there, huh? I wish we had more of those in the hobby for sure. Jacob Hill returning. Welcome back, my friend. Can you play a 20-second song on one of those guitars? No, because I'll get a copyright strike. Stands are just getting more and more expensive. I agree. I'm not sure about getting the Seduta McGillis because all I have is a Petco or PetSmart. That's an hour away, but I'll try my best. I'm sure Dan's Fish has them. Gotta look under membership tab. Okay, let me go look. I can do this for you, Barbara. Let's see. Go here. Go to see your members. Lisa rejoined. Lisa at KG Tropicals. All right. Welcome back. Let's see. Barbara Jackson. I'm looking for Barbara Jackson. Oh, here you are. 32 months. 32 months. Jamie McDonald still leading the way at 40 months, which is absolutely incredible. Crazy. I just calculated if I am a member for 5 years, it'll cost $300. That's enough for a Congo spotted puffer. You're much better off just buying a Congo spotted puffer. Just anyways. Is it an Aerosmith t-shirt? What? Oh, I'm folding laundry right now. Guess what merch shirt I'm folding now? Aerosmith t-shirt. Can you get a few of our buddies to climb on and hold a few people without issue? Okay. I have 27 YouTube channels. 4 are monetized. That sounds like a lot. How do you make sure a DIY wood stand can hold a 4-foot tank? Well, I mean, a 2x4 can easily hold that much weight, especially when you consider there's multiple 2x4s. What I would do if you're really worried, there's so many stand builds on YouTube. I would just search YouTube and find out how to make your fish stand. Like 2x4s easily can hold the weight of a 4-foot tank. I have in my life built a couple like dual 75-gallon stands. I've built 75-gallon stand on top with 40 breeder below it, all with 2x4s. Not an issue. My dual 125-gallon tank is built out of 2x4s. Like, it's really, as long as you're doing it right, i.e. putting your supports where they're supposed to be, it's really not an issue. Making a 3D background out of barnacles for a shell dweller tank. I've seen that before. I've actually even looked into it, because you can buy like those big like sheets of barnacles. I've never seen one done though, so that'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting. I just became a member and I don't even know what it does. All it does is give you access to our weekly members only stream. That's it. There's some member videos there. I mean, there's probably actually quite a bit if you're new. A lot of it's just crazy stuff. Some of it has nothing to do with fish. Our members only streams, we don't even really talk about fish. So it's just, I don't know. 118 likes, but 190 watching. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Ginger, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. KG Tropicals has a great stand building video. I made a video of my dual 125. Yeah, it's really, just don't overcomplicate it. I think a lot of people overcomplicate it. It's really simple. It's like drilling a tank. It's another thing that people are really apprehensive about, but it's so easy. Once you do it once, you're like, what was I worried about? That's nothing. Some piece puffers are reasonably priced. Demand for Congo spotted puffers is such that you can get Dan's Fish sells them for $200. Or at least he used to. I don't know if he still has them. They're definitely not 300 though. Puffer. Yeah, Congo spotted puffer, $200. I mean, there's none in stock, but yeah. What's a sheet of barnacle? You can buy like sheets of barnacle. I mean, that's what it is. Imagine like cardboard paper with a bunch of barnacles glued on it. I don't know. But it's out there. It's not something that you find easily, but it is out there on the internet, and you can buy them. Zenginger says, my husband used John's at KG's Tropicals fishkeep.com stand videos. They're great. Still sturdy, and some are stacked 3 high, even 3 to 4 years later. Yeah, I mean, my 75-gallon busted a seam on my stand, and I still use it. So, yeah, 2x4s. I mean, they build houses out of 2x4s. They can hold your fish tanks. Does Dan's Fish ship to Canada? Well, you Canadians, I don't think anyone ships to Canada. I hate to say it, but you guys have it rough up there. No, I'm pretty sure he does not ship livestock to Canada. I can't even imagine. I know there's people that do, without declaring that it's live animals. So there are people out there that do. But Dan's Fish, he's a real business. He has to follow real laws. So he's probably not doing that. Spotted Congo puffer that live in a group. Yep. Hard pass on drilling tanks, and I tried and I failed. Did they end up looking like your truck? Boom, roasted. My koi is bottom dwelling in my pond at the lake. Well, if it's cold out, for sure. For sure. In the summertime, they should be cruising around on the surface, though. I made my stand identical to the one that King of DIY built. Yeah, and that's the other. There's no, like, right. There's multiple right ways to do it, just like there's multiple wrong ways to do it. There's not one is better than the other, as long as you're doing it one of the correct ways, I guess. Well, if I can buy a pair of baby giraffe on the internet, I guess I can buy barnacles. Yeah, it's there. Johnny at Dan's Fish. There we go. We have a representative in the house. No international shipping from Dan's Fish. Yeah, I don't. Shipping live animals. Oh man, into different countries. Yeah. Plus, you guys don't have the $1 per gallon sale. Brutal up there, man. Brutal. Plus, it's like negative 30 degrees all the time. Yikes. I'm just kidding. Shipped to Puerto Rico this week. Yeah. Yep. Shipping to Puerto Rico. I think I did a shipment there too. But yeah. My stands are all overbuilt. 2x4s, 2x6s. I'm no engineer, and it's peace of mind. Not even sturgeons? What? Missed that one. Yeah, and don't be afraid to overbuild it either. I built a stand for 220-gallon tanks, like, stacked on top of each other. I built that out of 2x4s. Getting a truck to pick up big tanks, buying an El Camino to pick up big tanks. Buying an El Camino, that's not a truck. That's a car with a truck bed. El Caminos. That's a funny looking rig, but I like it. I can dig it. I would do the El Camino, or what's the Ford version? I would do either of those just because they're like so unique, I guess I can say. I don't know. I feel like if I did get an El Camino, though, I'd have to grow out my skullet. Like, I feel like I would need a skullet to drive that thing. Do you think anyone has gotten away with monetizing fish fighting videos? I hope not. Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of animal abuse videos on YouTube that's monetized. Oh, yeah, it's all over. I hope not. When I was like 12, I remember watching, for example, Jaguar cichlid versus Red Devil, and would have 1 million views. Yep. Yeah, it's still on YouTube. It's still monetized. Yeah, they don't care. As a Canadian, I'm excited the borders are open and I might get to go to Aquarium Co-op this summer. Hey, that'd be awesome. Hopefully they do like another club meeting there at the co-op. The last one was pretty fun. Many fish are considered... You know what? I'm going to ask him right meow. Right meow. Let's see if there's a date. He's going to say, yeah, it's on the website, idiot. But that's all right. I'm still going to ask him. Okay, load. Here we go. Okay. Are there any club meetings scheduled at the co-op yet for this year? Let's find out. Ginger Grumble with the $5 baby giraffe fund, and also Psycho with the $20 baby giraffe fund. All right, we're almost there. Do you normally do live streams this late? Just curious, as in the UK and it's past 2 a.m. I do. My live streams are every Monday, 5 to 7 p.m. PST. Yep, and I've been doing this since 2016 ish. Maybe 15, but most likely 16. Same bat time, same bat channel. Ranchero, that's it. I had a 69 Ranchero and a 70 El Camino. I missed that El Camino. Bob, I love my 77 El Camino. Once you have one, you can't go back. Well, I'm definitely a lover of obscure cars like that. I love hoopties. I love all kind of weird stuff like that. And also thank you, Ginger Grumble and Psycho, for the super chats. The giraffes are almost ordered. If I want to breed guppies for fun to sell, should I worry about inbreeding? Why? No one else does. You don't need to. No one else does. I'm not sure if the technicalities or reasoning. I just know it affects how they are allowed to be treated during shipping and carrying. Wait, what? Many fish are considered ornamental and not actual pets, so I wouldn't be surprised. Baby lizard follow-up? I can do that. Nothing scheduled yet. Oh, yeah, they're doing the store expansion. Okay, that's right. So if you didn't know, Co-op is in this big remodel, expanding the store, so they're not going to schedule anything until that's done. Makes sense. Going on to live here and say Dave Sherbin is another Michigan subscriber. Dave Sherbinin? Hey, it's not always negative 30. We have a good warm month every summer. That's like me in Washington. Hey, we have not a warm, but we have a dry month every summer. Saw someone at my work wear the same hat the other day. What's that about? I don't know. It's Columbia, so it's an outdoor company, and it's just trees and something. I have one that's fish. So this one's trees. I have one that's fish. Corey says, I was like, isn't he live? Turns out you are. Yeah, we have a Canadian in the house, was asking about, was saying he was going to go to the Co-op. So I thought, well, maybe there'll be a meet and greet or something. I don't know. John, the Stir Fry guy, says, I'm another Michigan. There's a lot of Michigan subscribers here. And I will be up that way at some point. I miss my dad's 69 V-Dub double cab pickup. Whoa, talk about a rare car. Wow. Do you know how expensive that car would be right now? Where is Aquarium Co-op? Aquarium Co-op is in Edmonds, Washington. Edmonds. Imagine an El Camino with a Hellcat motor. Whew. Sounds like a lot of breakdowns to me. Going on a limb here. Okay, saw someone at my work wear that same hat. Yep. That's all it is. I don't know. Lizard follow-up. Yep, we can do that. If I want to breed guppies for fun or sell, should I worry about inbreeding? No. I think I already answered that, but no. I wouldn't be worried about it at all. El Camino has a payload capacity of 1,100 pounds in some models. Yeah, that means it's not a truck; it's a car. It's a station wagon. It's a chopped station wagon. That's all it is. Let's be real. Greg says, I'm from Michigan. Just joined the stream 10 minutes ago. What did I miss about Michigan? I have no idea why we're talking about Michigan, but where there's a lot of Michigonians here. Michigans? I feel like Michigonians is probably the right. Or maybe because it's Washingtonians. So is it Michigantonians? I don't know. Bob seems to have a decent Michigan. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm going to come just for the Gitchagumi. I got to check out the Gitchagumi. The old Gitchagumi. Hey, Corey, is shipping to Canada coming soon? No, Canadians, you need to calm down. You're never getting anything ever, all right? Deal with it. Jeez. It's a joke. Calm down. Just a pain. Just wait. It's a pain point at this. Wait. What? It's just a pain point at this point? We've had pallets of Easy Green sitting, not making it to Amazon Canada at this point. Frustration over 9,000. There you go. Michiganders. It's Michigonians. Station wagons all day. All day. Yeah. I would 100% drive a station wagon. In my opinion, a station wagon is one of the best dogmobiles out there. Currently, I have a 98 Grand Cherokee 5.9, less than 14,000. 5.9? That's crazy. Crazy. So I guess we're at that point where we're not talking about fish anymore. El Camino, Ranchero, buy a truck. They're fun. They're fun. Like, let's be real. They're fun. Have I ever kept driftwood catfish like honeycomb catfish? Yes, absolutely I have. Is the turtle girl still here? The turtle girl. Oh, yeah, she is. Michigan is one weird state that has two parts. Actually, turtle girl, Washington State has two parts too. Come on, you didn't know that? We have two parts. What's that weird little place in Canada that's still Washington? Someone will say it before I look it up. Oh man, what is something point? Something point. And I know someone's gonna beat me to it. Let's go up here. Go. Scroll. Where am I at? Orcas Island. Nope. Point Roberts. There you go. Bob, my modern Tacoma has only 900-pound capacity. Just saying, my El Camino wasn't standard to say the least, but I could pull 15,000 pounds and the bed would hold a solid 2K without it doing the lean back. Luigi is better. Getting back to fish. Driftwood catfish, honeycomb cats. Yes, I've had a couple different species of them, and they're really fun. They're really fun fish. Point Roberts is like in Canada, but it is below whatever parallel, the 49th parallel, I don't know, whatever it is. I've actually looked at buying a house at Point Roberts, but it is very hard to get supplies to Point Roberts, so it's probably why it's pretty inexpensive. Like home wise, it's pretty inexpensive, but there's a reason for that. Aquarium Co-op, when are you opening a store in Los Angeles? Never. Los Angeles, Canada, he says. In Los Angeles, Canada. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, Hawaii and Alaska have islands, but Michigan is just obvious since it's like 69% of the state and 33% of the state. Yeah, it is definitely a little more even. Not just like 0.1% of the state way over here up in the corner for some reason. Well, if you want to talk fish, my Shelleys finally had fry. Awesome, Ham Aquatics. What kind of Shelleys? Multis, Similis, Gold Ocellatus, Silver Ocellatus. Michigan. Dave Sherbinbin. I know that's not how it is, but I can't not ever say it that way again. Michael says 55-gallon Planet tank. Looking at corridoras to put in it. Now can't decide. Like can't decide if you want corridoras or can't decide on what species of corridoras. Absolutely, you should have corridoras. I know a family that has a summer house there, but they use a private plane to get over there, so they don't have to bother with the border. Yeah, you have to go by boat or plane. You just have to, or helicopter, or flying saucer like this right here. I think there you go. Yeah, that's where redfish, bluefish is. Yeah, on an island. Interesting strategy, but it seems to be working, so that's good. Michigan also has the most lighthouses of any state. Yeah, I think I could just mentally going over the map of the U.S. I think I could believe that. Let's be honest, the UP is basically Wisconsin anyways. Seems like everybody goes through a shell dweller phase. I've not yet, but I'm sure I will eventually. They're really fun. Really fun. Neolampurlogus multifasciatus. I got 4 in December. Turns out 2 male, 2 female. What about... so, I would not take my powered paraglider over the ocean. That seems like a terrible idea. Especially through like the Straits of Juan de Fuca. The wind there is insane. There's no way. There's no way you would survive. The feds gave Michigan the Upper Peninsula for giving up Toledo in Ohio. All right. We have lots of lighthouses because of the islands and the lakes. I mean, it makes sense. It's a pretty darn big lake you got there. Talking shell dwellers for a sec. Has anyone kept Neolamprologus cudopunctatus? That's one that I actually haven't kept yet. Looks-wise, the gold ocelotus will always be my favorite. But overall, I think the multifasciata will always be my favorite. Like, their behavior and the fact that they're angry with each other, but you can still colony breed them, I think is amazing. Have you ever stayed at the Expensive Treehouse Masters campsite? Well, you should know just the word expensive means I haven't done it. I don't do anything expensive, so that would be a big no. 20 regular or 20 tall? Well, I think a 20 tall is regular. 20 long is going to be far the best for Corydoras. Yeah, 20 regular or 20 tall. 20 long. I think that's what you mean. 20 long is going to be the best. In most cases, longer tanks are, in my opinion, are always going to be better for fish. Always. Love everything you do, Steenfott. Well, thank you, David. I appreciate it. I really don't do much, but thanks. Kudo punks are awesome. The legend lives on from Chippewa Bay down to the big lake they call Gitchagumi, which is, I believe, Lake Superior, right? Gitchagumi, Lake Superior? Anyone grab a new 60 breeder yet? A few people have, and word on the streets is that the plastic rim around the 60 breeder is thicker than the rim around a 75-gallon tank, which doesn't make much sense to me, but that's the word on the streets. Next time I go into a Petco, I'm going to have to check it out, because that doesn't make much sense to me. What are your thoughts on adding an African dwarf frog to a 29-gallon tank with the following already in it? 8 Rummy-Nose Tetras, 5 Corys, 1 orange Pleco, and 2 Platies. I don't think it's going to harm anything. I think you're definitely going to want to make sure that it gets fed, though. That's a lot of fish that are going to eat its food before it can get to it. That's the only thing I'd be worried about. Imagine a 125 lake Tanganyikan community. Yeah, there's just not a lot of people doing large Lake Tanganyikan community tanks. It's still in the back of my mind to do my 300 as Lake Tanganyikan, but I think with the current fish I have, I'm going to have to make it a planet tank, but I really, really want to do a large Lake Tanganyikan biotope. Just imagine like 100 Cyprochromis schooling around in a large tank. That would be so awesome. Brian says, I saw someone whose aqua clear hang on back wouldn't fit over the rim. Yeah, it's a 75, just lower height. That's true, but it's the rim seems to be different. Like I said, just a word on the street. I haven't seen it myself yet, but I've been seeing some rumblings in some Facebook groups about it being thicker. But it is the same footprint. But I'm talking about just the plastic rim that goes around it, not the actual size of the tank. Alex says, Turtle Girl, that's a major accomplishment. Did a little with film, scripts, and acting when we used Bullock 16mm. Today's tech is awesome. Thanks, Alex. It's a ton of work, but worth it at the end. Yep. And for all the new people, we're talking about the Turtle Girl wrote, produced, and directed her own movie. I just can't even fathom doing that. That's why I'm sorry. I'm blown away. Blown away. What's up, Bob? Hope all is well. Happy Monday. Oh, Unholy Orders. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well, too. What bottom dwellers do you think would work in it with red spotted Eastern newt adult in a 29-gallon heavily planted tank? You could do just about, honestly, anything. I mean, me personally, I would go with Corydoras. Just kind of my go-to. But yeah, I don't think there's much that you'd have to worry about. Mobile disc mobile disco golf unit. I recently saw Aquarium Co-op video and they showed the leucistic or white frogs, and I want one real bad. Yeah, those have been around for a while, actually. Yeah. Thanks, Alex, for the ton of work. Got that one. See what Butter got that one. Got that one. Can I put a full-grown arowana in a 10-gallon tank? You can do whatever you want, buddy. I recently saw. Got that one. The Turtle Girl has a movie. Yeah. Well, it's not a fish movie. But yeah, I just think it's crazy. Like, I don't have anywhere near the creativity to do something like that. It's crazy. Mike says, I have a 180-gallon Tanganyikan tank, all jumbo Cyprichromis. I wanted to add gold ocellatus, but enjoy the Cyprichromis fry. The Shelleys would eat them. I think some would survive, honestly. And I'm sure you know. I mean, obviously you breed them. But a lot of the Cyprichromis fry, they like hang out. They pretty much hang out towards the surface. But definitely if they make their way down, they're going to get eaten. But I think some would definitely make it. Boss Hog again with the 20. Is that Creed? Is that young Creed? What's up? What's up, dude? Can we get some Red Bulls in the Red Bulls in the vending machine, brah? Boss Hog with the $20 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. There's Turtle Girl's link to the trailer. Link to the trailer. Religious based. So keep that in mind, but you're welcome to check it out. Thanks, Bob. More baby giraffe money. Yeah, I think we're at $29,965 to go till I buy a pair of baby giraffes. Whew. Alec, you're definitely on point there. Doing a huge community tank would be kind of expensive. Even at my wholesale prices, it would be astronomical. How many hours of light? I have green hair algae. That's Sophia. We need more info. How large is your tank? Fertilization schedule, things like that. Green hair algae can be caused by overfeeding as well, not just light. So you could have a few things going on there. Any suggestions for a 20 long filled with Val, Dwarf, Sagittaria, and a guppy colony? Looking for some bottom dwellers. Can't make up my mind. I mean, again, I would go with Dwarf Corridoras. I'm telling you, Dwarf Corridoras are the answer. They're super fun to watch. After a water change, they will hover. They'll all get together in a group and they'll hover right in the middle of the water column after every single water change, and it's so fun to watch. They're like it's just like UFOs hovering around, or helicopters if you're not into UFOs, whatever, you know. But they just hover around right in the middle of the water column. It's pretty fun. Y'all have fun. Billie Jean, thanks for stopping by. If you're leaving, I hope you had fun too. More scuds help any sort of algae problem. That's true, but they also solve fish food problems. So they'll be eaten pretty quickly. BJ Palmer says, gotta go. Thanks for stopping by, BJ. Always appreciate you hanging out with us. More scuds. More scuds. Scuds. Thanks for the kind word. Definitely deserved. I think that was the African dwarf frog, right? They didn't actually say the exact species. Yeah. Yep, it's just the white African dwarf frog. 180-gallon tank, all jumbo. Sure has a movie. Yep. All right, I think we're all caught up here. Northern Wisconsin isn't really Wisconsin. They should join to another far north state. What? Aiden, what's going on, buddy? Y'all have fun, you hear? Y'all have fun. Let's see. They need a shallow, peaceful tank. They gulp air at the surface, and they are very slow eaters, and it's hard to feed them with fish in the tank. Yes. Like I said, Deb Hall coming in with the excellent advice. You got a lot of fish there that are really food aggressive, I would say. So you're definitely gonna have to make sure they get their worms. Jacob Hill, gotta go, guys. Have a good night, everyone. I enjoyed the stream. Jacob, if you're still here, sorry I missed that, but thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Xanadudu says, the trailer's pretty powerful. Can't wait to see the full piece. Bob, I got extra Beastie Boys concert tickets. Want to go with me? Oh, man, does that sound like a good time if I've ever heard one. Having a bunch of old dudes screaming at me on stage. Man, I can't think of anything I'd rather do than listen to some guys screaming at the top of their lungs. I'm in. Are those fenders? No. Negative. It's an Ibanez and a dinky. A dinky. A Jackson dinky. I don't know why I say it like that, but it's fun. A Jackson dinky. Oh, man. All right. I'm a little stuffed up. I'm still a little bit sick, if you could tell, so I'm going to have to clear my sinuses. I'll be right back. You guys don't want to listen to this. Trust me. Much better. I can breathe again. I'm almost over it, though. It's been 2 weeks I've been sick. I'm almost over it. Okay. 20 long, species only, Cutopunctatus. Light on schedule. 3 hours in the morning and 8 at night. 4 adults, 4 generations of fry. I would honestly, I wouldn't do more than 8 hours of light. If you want to do, what is that called? There's where like they do the 4 hours, 4 on, like festival lighting. I don't know, something stupid like that. I wouldn't do more than 8 hours total for one. How can I lower my nitrates with no chemicals? You can do water changes. You can do plants. Yeah. You can do a plenum filter. Oh man, that makes me laugh. Don't ask why. Anyways, moving along. Yeah, I would cut your lights to 8 hours a day. The nice thing about hair algae or string algae and siesta lighting, that's it. What did I say? Fiesta? Festival? Something, whatever. The nice thing about hair or string algae is very easy to pull out. So if you just pull it all out and then cut your lighting down, chances are it may not come back. But like I said, if you're overfeeding, that's another cause of hair algae. Still miss the old intros, especially the caveman. I love the caveman. That was my very first intro I ever did. But I'm not a big intro person anymore, honestly. Like, and I kind of make my videos based on how I watch YouTube, which I probably shouldn't. But when I'm watching a video, I'm like, get to the point already. I don't need to watch a 30-second intro. I already know what channel I'm watching. And so I find myself always skipping the first part of people's videos because of the intro. Like, I don't need the intro. I know who you are. All right? I've seen 100 of your videos. So that's kind of why I pulled the intros out of my videos. But I throw them in there every once in a while for fun. Siesta method, bro. What's siesta lighting about? So it's basically going like 4 hours with the light on, 4 hours with it off, 4 hours with it on, 4 hours with it off. And the claim is that it grows your plants faster. That is the claim. But like anything, you'll find half the internet says it's bogus and your plants grow the same, while the other half of the internet says it does grow your plants better. And Co-op makes a good point. Bob doesn't make videos. Exactly. Hello, my electric blue Acara was moved to another tank, and his back fin stopped moving, and now he's always at the bottom of the tank, only moving his hands and his butt on the ground. Any help? Well, he could just be like stressed out. I don't know if there's other fish in the tank, but he could just be stressed out. Sometimes when you move a fish like that, it takes them a couple weeks, honestly, to get comfortable in their new house. Like, they don't know. if did they just move into a tank with some jaguar cichlids and they're like, I don't know what's in here. I'm gonna just hide down here until I figure out that it's safe. I'm not gonna come out. A lot of fish will do that. Robert says, "Oh God, yes, the intro thing. I always fast forward through it. Oh man." And Corey shared a video with me the other day that this dude had like a minute-long intro, and then halfway through the video, he did another intro, and then at the end, he did an outro, which was actually the minute-long intro from the beginning. It was like a 6.5-minute video with like 3 minutes of intros. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It was bad. It was really bad. You know, if we're talking about bottom dwellers, parrot catfish are definitely the weirdest. They have a beak-like bone growing from their mouths. Very sought after. Is this the hillbilly goldfish we're talking about? The parrot catfish? No, that's just parrotfish. Okay, so you're bringing me another fish I gotta Google. All right. Thanks for leaving the scientific name this time, though. I appreciate it. Makes it easier. All right, what do we got here? Parrot doridid. Paradoridid. Oh, they don't have a full picture of it. Let's duck go this thing. Okay, this looks like a pretty rad fish. Let's take a look here. There you go. The parrot catfish. I've never seen one of these in real life, but I like the colors. That's pretty interesting. All filler, bro. Get to the point already. I skip co-op commercials. Where am I at here? Here we go. That's an interesting little fish. Aquarium Co-op, your video visit introduced me to the Steenfott experience. What? Your video visit introduced me to the Steenfott experience. Well, there you go. Aquarium Co-op adding commercials, which is also annoying. But at least they're fish commercials. I mean, at least there's that, right? Like, I hate when I get on and I'm forced to watch a video about stuff that I don't even care about. Like, and you may not care about co-op filters or whatever, you know, whatever their commercial is. But at least it's the right genre, right? Like, I get commercials for, like, sundresses, and I'm like, really? Really? That's not even in my search history. Like, why? I don't know. I don't get it. Thanks, man. I'll cut back feeding. Redo the Alexa schedule. The Alexa schedule. I like that. Siesta lighting. Taste great, less filling. Taste great, less filling. Dean Coop commercials rock. Dean. Everybody loves Dean. Then I just realized that those African frogs don't do well with plecos. Do you have any experience with this? So I know a lot about the African frogs. I've never kept them, though. So everything I know is just from the research I've done. And from the research I've done, it makes me not want to keep them. I want a co-op sump. What about... you need a co-op plenum filter. That's what you need. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Mobile disc golf unit. Plex will suck on the frogs at night and damage them to the point of death. Well, there you go. So I've actually never heard of that. So I guess the answer is no. Get rid of the pleco or get rid of the frogs. One or the other. I like the co-op commercial. I just found out about the air pump they made. I need to get one of them. There you go. And the co-op is retail. They're the only ones that are supposed to have commercials. That's true. Like, I'm not selling anything. I mean, I plug some stuff every once in a while, but I ain't selling anything anymore. What it sounds like, my videos, I'm going to have to start doing intros again. I'm going to have to start saying, cop that merch, bro. Here. Cop that merch. Link in the description. I never want to be one of those YouTubers. Oh my gosh. I think it's funny when people don't care about how they do sponsor placement and do really dumb, funny skits. I had one African frog that would go at it with my betta. They would bite each other. I mean, I love amphibians, but I would never keep those dwarf frogs. I don't know. I personally don't really think they belong in aquariums, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. We can like different stuff and still be friends. It is allowed, I promise. We can have completely different opinions on stuff, on everything, and we can still be friends. I know a lot of people don't realize that anymore, but it's true. It's true. We can all be friends and we can all like different things. It is possible, I promise. All of Bob's links. What is this? What is this? I gotta click on this. Look at this. Email. What? I don't have an email. Oh, there it is. Dan's affiliate link. Holy smokes. Patreon. I don't have a Patreon. Oh, I do have a Patreon. Look at that. All right. Go check out my Patreon. All right. Would I keep axolotls? I find axolotls to be a very fascinating animal, but no, I wouldn't keep them. Eric Wyrock with the $5 super chat for the sundress fun. You don't understand. Like, I legit get. I don't know if I can pull it up real fast, but I don't think you understand the length that the internet goes for sundresses. Yeah, right here. I just got this email a day. Greetings. We are an Italian top-rated garb brand. We are a well-known Italian-style fashion designer, Pierre Cardin. We produce high luxurious dress garments for women and youngsters. We would love to promote our new series, and we can pay out up to $2,500 to promote on your channel. Like, what is it with the internet and me and sundresses? I don't get it. Never in my life. One, it's the fashion stuff. I get so much fashion offers to promote fashion on my channel. I'm like, I wear hoodies and a hat. Like, I should not be your go-to for fashion. I will never understand it. I don't get it. Are my sweater China sizes? No, they would never be. There's nothing worse than ordering a double XL, which is what I wear, and getting like an XL size. Oh, it's so frustrating. Anyways, Bob, I couldn't disagree more on topics, and yet still managed to find time to share a meal. That's true. That's true. I like to see a Bob plant tour video. The problem is I don't know anything about plants. It would be a very like I know this is Monstera Peru, but I don't know, this is some kind of alocasia. I don't know. I don't know what any of these are. Well, I know this is a pepperoni plant. Well, this is baby tears. That's an easy one. The rest of these things, I have no idea what they are. This is some type of philodendron. I have no idea. So my a plant tour would be like, here's a plant, here's a plant, here's a plant, here's this plant over here. It's pretty cool. Here's this plant. I don't know what they are, but here it is. I'll be a member for a year if you show up with a sundress. No deal. Bob, a Cooper's hawk raided my bird feeder this afternoon. My puppy wasn't outside. Still, my mind was reeling. A Cooper's hawk? Cooper's hawk. Raided your bird feeder? That seems weird to me. Tell them you will not only be sponsored, but you will also model the sundresses for a mere price of a baby giraffe. Okay, I can tell you right now, for a pair of baby giraffes, I would get in a sundress. You found my price. You found my price. I second that, Zen, but it has to be a pair of baby giraffes. Yeah, that's my price. I'll do whatever you want for the pair of baby giraffes. They're only $30,000. That's it. I think the co-op should get him. He's got the land for it. I found a site that's selling a pair of baby giraffes for $30,000. Like, how cool would you be if you had giraffes on your property? Just saying. Okay, Luca, you're right. You're my guy, man. What are you people talking about? No sundresses, please. Yes, please. Enough with it. A pepperoni. Well, yeah. Actually, I can tell you. Oh, you can't see it. Somewhere there's another pepperoni plant. There's some cactus thing up here that's very phallic. Now that I look at it, I don't think I like that anymore. Yeah, that's got to go. I don't like that. It's a bit phallic for me. Link the site. Do I still have it up? Let me see. I might have taken it down for Dan's Fish. Yeah, I don't have the site up anymore. But just look at buying. Just show Paul Cafaro. He'd buy him. Yeah, but then they'd end up dead. I don't want him to end up dead. I want them to thrive. I don't want them to just survive and die. That doesn't make any sense. But I don't want him to die. I want him to live. I want him to live. Giraffes get pretty big. Yeah, but they're just tall. Like, they're not very wide. They're just tall. They're not any wider than like a horse. So if you could keep a horse, technically you have enough room to keep a giraffe. And they'll prune your trees. Like, what better animal? Like, I think this should be more common. They should be way more common. They mean a Cooper's hawk killed birds. Oh, killed birds at the feeder. The Cooper's hawk would have been there for birds to eat, not seeds. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I don't. Why is a hawk eating bird seed? That makes way more sense. Way more sense. Next video, knocked out by a giraffe. It would probably go viral. Probably go viral. Baby giraffes eats tons of vegetation. I got that covered. Require very specialized vet. I got that covered too. The cost. I've actually gained quite an extensive network of vets, which is it's kind of interesting, right? Who knew sundresses and baby giraffes would drive this stream? Well, to be fair, we are in the second hour where anything goes. But the first hour, though, you got to admit, like, that first hour plus was definitely all about fish. Like, I mean, you got to give me credit for that. Normally, the fish talk lasts about 15 minutes, but I think we made it at least a solid hour. A nice truck or a 15-foot tall llama. I got a nice truck, and it only cost me like $2,000, so I'm good. They're a lot wider and taller than camels. Well, yeah, but camels spit on you. Camels are almost just as expensive. Like, camels are like $15,000. What's a liger? Is he the guy that got knocked out by an Arapima on predatory fins? Yeah, that was all staged. All staged. Almost, yeah. That we don't need to go there. Go to Woodland Park Zoo and look at a giraffe. Their bodies are much larger than a horse. You need a house and a quarter horse. I need a giraffe. All right, that's it. That's it. I'm kind of boycotting the Woodland Park Zoo because their hoodies are not sized appropriately. They're those hoodies that you buy 2XL and they're like large size. Very disappointing. He did actually get knocked. That whole thing was staged. You're not going to convince me anything otherwise. There's some clip somewhere where that shows it was staged. And it was just a joke. Yeah, it's out there, like, that it was staged. Sorry. I'm not gonna lie, I got no respect for the guy. So I'm probably a little jaded, but I got no respect. No respect. Can't get no respect. But he doesn't need my respect, so who cares? I went to an ostrich farm, huge birds, and they sold ostrich jerky at the gift shop. You can also get ostrich burgers, are really good. If you've never had an ostrich burger, do it. They're really, really good. But you can get zoo dew for your garden. Zoo dew, that's true. That's true. Thank you, Bob. If I hear that slap one more time. Uh-oh, what slap? Was I making a slap sound? I'm confused. 5 years in Seattle and I still haven't gone to Woodland Park Zoo. Yeah, my last trip there was very disappointing. Eric Wyrock bringing out the no drama llama. Okay, I take it all back. The no drama llama is in the house. Meant to say he didn't get knocked out. Oh, okay, yeah. I went to the zoo and just got depressed. I could see how some zoos would be that way. I would say Woodland Park Zoo is pretty good about their husbandry, and I know that there's a lot of debate on zoos in general, but I think the majority all have good intentions, and I think they do. And I think they do a good job of keeping and breeding species that would probably be no longer here if it wasn't for zoos. How do I feel about the Point Defiance Zoo? I haven't been to the Point Defiance Zoo in about 30 years, so I cannot comment on that one. A lot of time has passed, and I remember we went to the Woodland Park Zoo, and then like the next weekend we went to the Point Defiance Zoo, and I was just like, this place is kind of gross. But it's Tacoma. Like, everything in Tacoma is gross. So, it's... But again, it's been 30 years since I've been to that zoo, so who knows? It was staged to scare the people in the store, but people on Instagram cut out the part where he got up and out of the water. Yep. K for the fish, stayed for the giraffes. All right. Maybe the Woodland Park Zoo has a sundress in XXL. Yeah, but it would just be, like, large size. That's how you do it. Keep my wife's name. You guys are all over. This is getting wild. It's getting wild in here. Yes, Katie, you are late. You are very, very late. Mesker Park Zoo is pretty garbage. Avoid it. Or don't if you're curious. If you're ever in southern Indiana. All right. Woodland Park Zoo is much better than they used to be. I was born and raised in Seattle and remember something. Some folks say it's better. Well, it also has, I think Point Defiance Zoo also has an aquarium in it. So I can guarantee you, without ever seeing the aquarium area of Point Defiance Zoo, that it is better than the Seattle Aquarium. Because the Seattle Aquarium is just downright awful. It is the worst aquarium. Don't ever go to the Seattle Aquarium. It is the worst. And with that, I think we're gonna end the stream. We're gonna end the stream on a positive note about how awful the Seattle. Ooh, that snuck out. How awful the Seattle Aquarium is. I like to end these streams on a positive note. The Turtle Girl, I put in a good word. I'll put in a good word. Wait, what? That's good news. Bob would want a place to hold on to one of those like people do with puppies. It does have an aquarium. It does. We have a zoo that is so large you can barely see the animals because they are so far away with a huge habitat. There you go. Like I said, I think zoos in general are filled with people that actually really care about animals, which honestly is a lot more than you can say about a lot of animal YouTubers. So, let's be real here. But anyways, before we get into any more drama, let's end the stream. Vancouver Aquarium rocks. I 100% agree. I did really enjoy the Vancouver Aquarium. Thanks for the stream. Good luck on getting your pair of giraffes. Thank you. I appreciate it. We almost made it. We were so close to hitting the goal this stream. Maybe next week. I don't know. But anyway.